What's up? This is the Objective Jerk. How you guys doing? Hope everybody's well. It appears that things are getting better. Trump is winning. Um, Kamala Toe Harris horse shit is losing, and things are, you know, seems to be going in the right direction. But we shall see, right? Um, but even if Trump wins, doesn't mean the fight's over. It's still ongoing. It's going to continue. But anyway, enough of that. So I just did a podcast actually, but you know me, I do it whenever the breeze comes in, or when the feeling strikes me, or I don't know. I said those sayings wrong, both of them, but whatever. Um, but so I do talk about certain like crimes or certain whatever, not like a true crime thing. I'm not, but I do find some of that stuff interesting. And so usually when I don't know about something, I'll do the podcast. I'll just kind of, basically it's the Wikipedia true crime episode. So I'm just going to read over a, crazy crime that happened, and I don't know anything about it really. So, well, let me tell you what I do know about it. So I watch, oh man, what's it called? Grim Life, Grim Collective, something. There's a YouTube guy that goes around and shows places and homes and graveyards of people and things that happened, and so that's where there's actually a few of them that I never even heard of, like the Onion Field murders, which I didn't do anything for that one, but this one was just kind of starting off kind of crazy. This murder happened in '96. That's the year I graduated high school. I don't know. I'm sure I remember hearing about it, but I don't know. But so he, on the YouTube channel, he talks about it. He shows the victims. It was it wasn't a long episode, and it didn't go into much detail. So I was kind of curious about it. So I looked up some other stuff, and I started watching a video that just showed the beginning of it, and it just was like, whoa, dude, this is crazy. So I stopped it, and here I am. So, without further ado, let's talk about the vampire murders, the vampire clan. Let's see, what else do they call it? Anyway, so Rod Farrell. It's about Rod Farrell. Oh, he's like my age, dude. He's a little younger. Dang. Anyway, okay. So, let's get into it. Roderick Justin Rod Farrell is an American murderer and cult leader. He was a member of a loose-knit gang of teenagers from Murray, Kentucky. I thought this happened in Florida. Maybe it did, but... Oh, okay, we'll get into that. Anyway. Known as the Vampire Clan, Farrell claimed to be a 500-year-old vampire named Visago, a character he created for himself after becoming obsessed with the role-playing game Vampire the Masquerade. It was his mother, Sandra Gibson, who first introduced this game to Rod. In '98, Farrell pleaded guilty to the double slaying of a couple. Okay, yeah, so from how do you say that? I can't even say it, but it's in Florida. Becoming the youngest person in Florida on death row at that time. So 90, yeah, that was like, so he didn't even graduate high school yet, because I graduated in '96, so if he's 2 years younger than me, dude. Guy has some problems. Anyway, so yeah, it's in Florida. It's Eustis, Estes, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, all right. So originally sentenced to death, Farrell's penalty has since been reduced to life imprisonment. In 2023, he married Stephanie. How do these like sick murderer guys always end up getting married in prison, man? There's some women out there that are just nuts, The what's this the Night Stalker guy? You had women just all over about this guy, and it's just like, what is going on, dude? What do women? I know, I guess like the bad boy thing, but there's a difference between bad boy and a sick fuck. You know, try not to say the F word too much, but it kind of fits. Anyway, so here's the killings, right? On November 25th, 1996, Naomi Ruth Queen and Richard Wendorf were found by their daughter Jennifer Wendorf, beaten to death in their Eastis home, while 49-year-old Richard Wendorf was asleep on his couch and Ruth was in the shower. Farrell and accomplice Howard Scott Anderson had entered the home through the unlocked garage, picking up the murder weapon, a crowbar. Before Richard had even awakened, Farrell beat him multiple times with it, fracturing both his skull and ribs, almost instantly knocking him out and killing him shortly thereafter. When Ruth found Farrell and Anderson in the home moments later, Farrell bludgeoned her to death, bashing her head with the crowbar. He claimed in his confession, however, that his original plan was to allow Naomi Ruth to live, but she first attacked him by lunging at him and throwing a very hot cup of coffee on him. This angered him and made him change his mind, so he killed her also. Man, did he get her in the... I wonder if she got him in the face with that coffee, though. Dude, I would think... Hot cup of coffee in the face, man. You guys seen Kingpin, right? Dude, that's always on my mind. I always have hot coffee with me, and I'm always like, I don't like to waste coffee, but if need be, I'll throw it in someone's face. Hopefully scald their eyeballs. That sounds bad, but I'm still working on it. Anyway, Richard had burn marks in the shape of a V. It was said that the V was Farrell's symbol, which he accompanied with a dot for each person he considered to be his vampire cult. The victims were the parents of Heather Wendorf, a longtime friend of Farrell's, whom he was helping to run away from the home that she described as hell. Heather and the other girls that were with Farrell and Anderson were not at the Wendorf home when the murders took place. Charity Keese and her friend Dana Cooper had driven Heather to her boyfriend's apartment so Heather could say goodbye before leaving for New Orleans, leaving Roderick and Scott outside the Wendorf home. After 4 days of driving through 4 states, the group was found in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It is believed that Farrell liked a video arcade in New Orleans, so they were headed there. One of the girls, Charity Keese, sorry, I had to start over. The wife came in, placed a call to her grandmother in South Dakota. The group needed money, and Charity thought her grandmother could help them. However, Keese's grandmother informed the police about her whereabouts and helped them trick Farrell, Wendorf, and the rest of the teens into going to a local Howard Johnson's hotel, where they were arrested by waiting law enforcement. The 4 were held at a Baton Rouge jail for a week before being extradited back to Florida, where they were initially booked at the Lake County Jail. They were later moved to a juvenile facility in Ocala. So, the reason I kind of started, or the reason I wanted to talk about this was because the one video that I started, which showed the other sister. So obviously, one sister was somewhat in on it. I don't know how much she knew about. Well, I guess we'll find out. But the other sister came home after everything had happened, and she was out with her friends, and she had broke curfew, so she's trying to be quiet. She comes in, she sees her dad's feet on the couch, thinking he's asleep. It's all dark. She doesn't realize that his face is bashed in. And so she's just trying to sneak in so she don't get in trouble. And then she goes upstairs to call her boyfriend or something and notices the phone thing was ripped out of the phone jack or whatever. And then so she goes down to, be like, whoa, something's kind of weird. Then finds her mom, then finds her dad. And I'm just like, dude, that's like straight out of a horror movie, though. You know what I mean? You come home and then you see your mother just dead and bloodied, and then you see your, father in the same state, and she finds a phone to call 911, but it's like, how do you know the murderer wasn't still there? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's I guess I gotta give her some props for her, because I would think a lot of people would just bolt it out of the house maybe and went to a neighbor's house. I don't know if that's a good thing that she stayed, or maybe it just shows that she wasn't panicking. Obviously, she was, I'm assuming panicking in this, to an extent, finding her parents murdered. But I don't know, to stay in that place, I don't know, it'd be a little weird. But I don't know, maybe their nearest neighbor was far away, or who knows? I don't know. I just that's the part I saw, and I was like, dude, that's crazy. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look into this crime and see what's up for the podcast. So again, here we are. All right, so let's get back to it. The legal proceedings on February 12th, 1998. So this is 2 years after. Dude, this episode is all jacked up. I had to stop it again. Dude, usually, my podcasts are pretty straightforward and simple because I'm lazy. And, I just do a straight recording, no edits, whatever. And basically just convert it and process it and whatever. And that's it, It's pretty easy, But this one I'm going to have to do a little bit of editing so it doesn't sound as crazy. But it's like, usually when I do a podcast, I'll text my wife and be like, hey, I'm going to do a podcast or whatever. So on the computer, the stupid ass Apple computer piece of crap we've had for 6-7 years, I don't know. But it's just like, it just sucks now. But it takes forever to do certain things. And so I had, sent the message to, hey, I'm going to do a podcast, take your time, sent. But it only got like half the sentence. So it didn't, I don't know what the hell. But anyway, so then I sent again, hey, I'm doing a podcast, take your time or whatever. Or no, I said take your time, and I just finished it. So she just saw that. She didn't know I was doing a podcast. And so she just came in to do some stuff, whatever, but it just kind of ruined the whole momentum. And now I'm just like, man, kind of thinking I should start over, but no, I'm too lazy. I'll just edit it out a little bit. Anyway, all right, back to the legal proceedings of what's his face, Rod Farrell. Okay. Let's see, on February 12th, 1998, then 18-year-old Farrell pleaded guilty to murder. So he was 16 years old, dude. That is insane. Crazy being that young and doing that kind of brutal murder. I mean, I guess Columbine, those guys are about the same age, 15, 16. Man, what was going on, huh? Back in those days. They would tell you it was the video games or something, I don't know, but anyway. All right, guilty, claiming that the others traveling with him were innocent except for Scott Anderson, who was simply an accessory. Farrell pleaded guilty to 2 counts of felony murder. All right, so they went there as a group. One stayed in the car, plus the family member. I'm kind of curious what happened to her. And then 2 went inside, but it was just the Farrell guy is the only one that actually did anything. The other guy was just there, I guess, just in case. His attorneys tried to argue that he was insane. I've seen, which, you would think, yeah. No, he just has no remorse, no empathy. The guy is pretty, he seemed pretty intelligent in some of the clips I saw of him talking. So I don't think it would have worked. Well, obviously, I guess it probably didn't. But anyway, so he has been diagnosed with mental disorders, including schizotypal personality disorder. I haven't heard of that one. And Asperger's syndrome. The University of Florida further attested that Rod sometimes witnessed spiritual things such as angels and demons. Judge Terry T. Lockett sentenced Farrell to death. Charity Kesey, was that the daughter? The other daughter? Charity, right? Let me see. Charity Kesey. Crap, I forget. Trying to look and see if I can find her. I remember reading that earlier. One of the girls. So that was just the girl that called her grandparents. I wonder who was the other daughter, though. Anyway, Charity Kesey was convicted of 2 counts of third-degree murder, robbery with a gun or deadly weapon, the burglary armed with a weapon or explosives. She was sentenced to 10.5 years in state prison. Dana Cooper was convicted of those charges as well, but was given 17 and a half years in prison. Anderson was convicted of the same charges as Farrell and was sentenced to life in prison. For 2 years, Farrell held the record as the youngest inmate on death row. This changed in 2000 when Florida Supreme Court reduced his sentence to life in prison. Oh. Kesey was released from prison in 2006, and Cooper was released from prison in 2011. Which one is the daughter, though? I missed that again. Hold on, let me see. Were found by their daughter, Jennifer. Maybe she was like a half daughter or something, huh? Was asleep on the couch. Before Richard. Naomi, when Ruth found Farrell and Anderson moments later, the victims were the parents of Heather, who. Okay, so no, Heather. Heather's the one that was a friend of him. Okay, so I'm curious what happened to her. Heather. Anyway, in January of 2013, an appellate court dismissed attempts by Rod Farrell and Howard Scott Anderson to get a new sentencing hearing. However, in 2018, Howard Scott Anderson was resentenced by Circuit Judge Don Briggs to 40 years in prison. Anderson was given credit for the 20 years he had already served, making him first eligible for release in 2031. Ruth Wendorf's relatives attended Anderson's resentencing hearing and did not oppose his early release. Speaking with the Daily Commercial, they said they were more concerned about Farrell, who was scheduled for his own resentencing hearing in 2019. Farrell's hearing was subsequently rescheduled, and then again in April 2020 when the sentencing judge upheld his life without parole sentence and deemed him irreparably corrupt. Did I say that right? Anderson is currently incarcerated Calhoun, while Farrell is in Northwest Florida Reception Center Annex. Oh, that's it? Well, that's it. Now it's just in the media. Let's see. 98, there was a TV movie. There was a film. 2002, The Vampire Clan. Drama horror film directed by John Webb. So I guess it's based off of it. Huh. So, well, crap, man. This kind of sucks. It doesn't really give you all the information though. Let me see. I'm gonna have to click on. I don't even know if it was highlighted though. I want to know. Dude, he was young, man. Dude, it's crazy. I mean, not insane, literally, but just. Dang, he looks older though. Seen a prison photograph, 2023. I thought he was like 50 something, but he's 2 years younger than me. That's crazy. I don't know, but yeah, what was going on back then, you know? Was there like some kind of new antidepressant medicine, I bet? I really think that had a lot of effect on people. Just making them not really care about what they did. Almost like, you know, when you're drunk, you really don't have any remorse or any concern about anything when you're drunk. You're just like going with the flow. I think that's what a lot of SRIs, what is it? Yeah, SRIs, and I think that's what they do to people, you know? A lot of antidepressants that were on the market then are not on the market anymore because of issues, but you know, you don't really hear about that crap because Big Pharma. Let's see. I'm trying to see what I was hoping to find something else. Dang it. Okay, so that was Wikipedia, which wasn't that. So he had long hair, looked like a nut job. Florida mother of vampire cult killer. I've changed. Here, let's see this one. Vampire cult killings 25 years later. Let's see if there's some more information. Because where am I at? I'm at 20 minutes. It's actually going to probably be a little Oh, what? I gotta get access? Oh, screw you. I'm gonna pay no break for... This is the freedom. Okay, wannabe killer. Son of... Okay, let's see. Wait, what is it called again? Vampire cult killings. Let's see what comes up when I do that. I'm just kind of curious. The daughter. Didn't really say... Or did it? Did I just miss it? Did I miss... Let's see. How the vampire cult clan went from teen blood rituals to killing. Here, let's see if something comes up. So, the oxygen.com. Alright. For a 16-year-old... Yeah, that's crazy, dude. 16 years old. Alright. Who is Rod Farrell? We already know that. Rod Farrell. Okay, Heather. Okay, here we go. Gibson and Farrell moved back and forth between Murray and Eastis, Florida. Parents acquired a home, blah, blah, blah. Farrell became friends with Heather Wendorf, so that's the girl, whom the Sentinel described as a troubled high sophomore who rebelled against her parents over cleaning her room and other trivial matters. Oh my God, life's so hard. After moving back to Kentucky for 10th grade, Farrell would call Heather collect, running up an extensive phone bill until her parents put a stop to it, making her very angry. Back in Murray, Farrell told people he was a 500-year-old vampire, began recruiting followers, blah, 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 blah. Oh man, they killed 2 puppies. Not cool. According to the book, Farrell was later arrested on charges of burglary, cruelty to animals. In 96, Farrell and his longtime girlfriend, so his girlfriend was Charity. But what about, so then the other sister didn't know. Oh wait, hold on. In November 96, Farrell and his 16-year-old girlfriend, Charity Keese Anderson, and another girl, Dana Cooper, 19, drove to Eastis in Anderson's car to pick up Heather Wendorf. Farrell imagined they would move to New Orleans and live together as a vampire family. He also thought he was saving Wendorf from a troubled home, according to court documents. Heather told Farrell her parents abused her and she had expressed a desire to run away from home. Yeah. No. In U.S. Cemetery, 96, Heather said she crossed over to become a vampire after drinking Farrell's blood. Farrell says he then took LSD and went to the Wendorf home to steal their car. I don't want you messing with my parents, Heather told police. She instructed Farrell, just leave them alone. Okay. Oh, man. Dude, I bought this cheap-ass cell phone. It's like a little old-school kind of cell phone that was awesome at first because I only had to charge it like once a week, and now it's like every day. It sucks. Anyway. All right. Yeah, so here we go. This is what I was talking about with the other daughter, Jennifer Wendorf. 17-year-old sister discovered their parents' dead bodies when she returned home from work. So the thing I saw was wrong, or one of them is wrong, that night. Heather wouldn't realize her parents had been killed until after she left town, according to... Okay, so Heather had no idea. Even though he came back and he was covered in blood... Alright, I'm just kind of curious. Soon after, so they were all charged. Where's World? Okay, Heather, here we go. An Orlando Sentinel profile from 2006 found Heather Wendorf is married and studying art in North Carolina, though alienated from her family. Twice, grand juries declined to press charges against her for having any part of the murder of her parents, as she was in the car with 2 other people at the time of the crime. Oh, that's it. Okay, so. Alright, I mean, yeah, I guess that's kind of fair, but it's like, she should go around talking about, like, you know, because kids think that, oh my gosh, life is so hard. My parents are so mean. They make me do chores and they make me do my homework. Oh my gosh. It's like, oh my. Kids, dude. But I guess the parents are to blame too, in a sense, I guess. So you can't just be strict sometimes. You gotta lay the law at all times, man. I don't know. I mean, not be abusive, obviously, but you can't be their friend. You have to be their parent. That's one thing I've kind of learned. And it's like I'm always fighting with myself, trying to be like, I want to be the cool dad, but also like, okay, I can't because I got to be the dad still. You know what I mean? So it's hard to instill like discipline and be the cool dad at the same time. You just can't do it, really. But anyway, that's it. I've been talking for a while. This is a horrible episode, but I'm gonna post it. So let me know what you think. Thanks for listening. God bless, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.